Today's video is going to be a bit different from our usual celebrity gossip. We need to talk about something serious happening with this sister wives family that many of you have been asking me about. Have you ever felt connected to reality TV stars even though you've never met them? That's exactly what makes today's topic so heartbreaking for many fans of Sister Wives. But first, a quick heads up. We'll be discussing sensitive topics like mental health and suicide. If these subjects are triggering for you, please take care of yourself. April 10th would have marked Garrison Brown's 27th birthday. I say would have because, as many of you might know, Garrison tragically took his own life about 13 months ago. According to New Mexico police reports, he died of a self-inflicted gunshot wound. Yesterday, Janelle took to social media to honor her late son on what should have been his birthday celebration. Her post was absolutely gut-wrenching in its rawness. "You seem so alive in the millions of photos I have. I sometimes forget I won't see you again, and then I remember," the 55-year-old wrote alongside photos showing Garrison smiling. "Grief is so strange. I've loved all the remembrances of you posted by family and friends. And I had to reshare the reel from the county fair because it shows who you were so well. Till we meet again, sweetheart." Can we just pause for a moment? As someone who talks about celebrities daily, even I find myself speechless when confronted with such profound grief. For those who haven't followed Sister Wives closely, Garrison was one of 6 children shared by Janelle and her ex-husband, Cody Brown. He had 5 siblings: Logan, Madison, Hunter, Gabriel, and Savannah. Since his passing, Janelle has marked several painful firsts without her son, and now, the first birthday since his death. Garrison's brother Hunter also shared a touching tribute on Instagram. "Sometimes you will never know the value of a moment until it becomes a memory," Hunter wrote, quoting Dr. Seuss. "Remember to spend the time you have with those you love. Happy birthday to my boy. Love you, dude." What strikes me about both tributes is how they focus on celebrating who Garrison was in life, rather than dwelling on the tragic circumstances of his death. In March 2024, the medical examiner confirmed Garrison died from a gunshot wound to the head, with his death officially ruled a suicide. The report also noted ethanol intoxication, alcohol poisoning, as a contributing factor. Drop a heart in the comments if you're sending love to the Brown family right now. I know I am. Back in September, Janelle opened up to People magazine about Garrison's suicide in what must have been an incredibly difficult interview. "We just had no idea that he was in that place," Janelle told People, adding that substance abuse likely played a role, but emphasized that he didn't ever express any kind of extreme sad feelings. This is something I've heard from so many families who've lost loved ones to suicide. This sense of shock and confusion, this desperate search for missed signs. According to reports, the night before he died, Garrison actually did send a text message suggesting suicidal thoughts. This prompted Janelle to ask her son Gabriel to check on his brother. It was Gabriel who discovered Garrison's body. I can't imagine what that must have been like for Gabe, just 23 years old, to find his brother in such circumstances. Janelle reflected, "It just wasn't for lack of love or lack of anything. And all I can do is think. We always ask ourselves, could we have done something more? But I don't know." I think that's a grief trap because I think, ultimately, everybody is responsible for their own actions and their own decisions. But we did everything. We really did everything that we could have done. And unfortunately, sometimes that still isn't enough. Those last words contain such a difficult truth. Sometimes, despite our best efforts and all the love in the world, we cannot save those we care about from their internal demons. If you've been following the Brown family for years, you might remember Garrison as the young man who enlisted in the National Guard, who had a passion for building things, who seemed to have a bright future ahead of him. His death, at just 25 years old, cuts all those possibilities short. Thank you for staying with me through this heavy topic. I know my channel is usually more lighthearted, but these reality TV stars are real people dealing with real pain. If you're finding this content valuable, please hit that like button. It helps the algorithm show this video to others who might benefit from this discussion. The Brown family has undergone dramatic changes in recent years. Cody Brown, who once had 4 wives, is now only married to Robin after Mary, Janelle, and Christine chose to leave the plural marriage. These changes created ripple effects throughout the family, including strained relationships between Cody and some of his children, particularly during the COVID-19 pandemic when disagreements about safety protocols created deep rifts. Some viewers have speculated about whether these family tensions might have contributed to Garrison's mental health struggles. However, it's crucial to remember that suicide is complex and rarely attributable to a single cause. What we do know is that Garrison's death temporarily united the family in grief despite their differences. Even estranged family members came together to mourn and support one another. I've been touched by the outpouring of support from fans of the show. The comment sections on Janelle's posts have been filled with messages of condolence from strangers who feel connected to the family. Drop a comment sharing your favorite memory of Garrison from the show if you've been a longtime viewer. Janelle's openness about her grief journey helps break down the stigma that still surrounds discussions of suicide and mental health. Too often, deaths by suicide are shrouded in shame and secrecy. But Janelle has chosen a different path, one of painful honesty. When public figures speak candidly about suicide loss, it creates space for others to do the same. It sends a message to the countless people silently carrying similar grief that they are not alone. For Janelle, keeping Garrison's memory alive seems to involve regularly sharing photos and memories, celebrating the person he was. It's a beautiful testament to the enduring nature of a mother's love. If you or someone you know is struggling with thoughts of suicide, please reach out for help. Warning signs can include talking about wanting to die, feeling hopeless, increasing substance use, withdrawing from activities, and isolating from family and friends. If you notice these signs in someone you care about, don't be afraid to ask directly if they're thinking about suicide. Contrary to common misconception, asking about suicidal thoughts often creates space for honest conversation. In Janelle's tributes to Garrison, she often mentions a smile, how it lit up rooms. This detail strikes me as particularly poignant. How many times have we heard similar descriptions after someone dies by suicide? They always seemed so happy. They were always smiling. These observations remind us that appearances can be deceiving. The people with the brightest smiles sometimes carry the heaviest burdens. Thank you for joining me in holding space for this difficult but important discussion. If you found value in it, please consider liking and subscribing to my channel. Until next time, this is Julie signing off. Remember to be kind to each other. You never know what battles others may be fighting behind their smiles. Don't forget to hit that like button, subscribe if you haven't already, and ring that notification bell. Let me know in the comments what topics you'd like me to cover next. Your girl Julie loves hearing from you all.
Peace out.